It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Hey, good morning and welcome to Wednesday Travel and Cruise Industry News on this, the 15th day of March, 2023. I'm Chillie Falls coming to you from Puerto Vallarta, Mexico on the MSC. And we've had a little bit of excitement here, folks, literally in the last 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes now. But we got in a pod of whales as we are going into Puerto Vallarta. We actually don't land in Puerto Vallarta for another hour or so, but we're just literally right off the coast. Can't be, I don't know, what's that, a half mile off the coast? And we had two whales on my side of the ship, and at the same time, everybody's lined up on the other side of the ship. So apparently there were some whales over there as well. So pretty sure it was just a pretty good sized pod on their way to Alaska, I feel certain. But pretty exciting. Now, the whale boats, the people that take tours to go see the whale boats, they're all heading in the direction of where the whales were spotted. But yeah, that was pretty good. I actually, that was almost as good as being in Alaska. That was really awesome. Okay, now to bring you up to date, folks, I had no signal again this morning, right up until like an hour ago. So, scrambling around trying to check out all my sources and make sure I've got a little bit of news for today. Thankfully, it wasn't a real big news day again, but I wasn't at all sure I was going to get on the air today again for lack of signal coming into this. And it's just been the last couple of days. And I've had just wonderful Wi-Fi signals to the entire cruise. But all right, so we do have a couple stories to get to this morning. Eventually, crew member arrested in Brazil. Death toll rises to 21 down in Gabon. And celebrity adds pickleball to 9 of its ships. We're going to talk about that and a lot more here at 11 o'clock. Today, folks, is the Ides of March. So I guess the main thing about that, folks, has nothing to do with going out and eating anything. If you have a friend that's name is Brutus, be on the lookout. That's all I can say. If you're listening via the podcast, welcome aboard. You can always access the podcast via my blog, which is accessadventure.net, or wherever you get your podcasts from, all the big hitters. Just search for travel and cruise industry news, and voila, up pops the fat guy. Anytime that you're listening to the podcast and want to hop over to the video feed in case I'm showing pictures or clips like I had planned on doing today, but I didn't have a signal to get everything loaded up today. You can always go to the description of the video or the description of the podcast, I'm sorry, and there will be a link to the video feed. Then you can jump over and check out any pictures or clips. Speaking of Alaska, of course, seriously love for you to join us on the Cruise Amigos, Cruising Alaska with the Cruise Amigos. Join Bonnie and Ned and Amigo John and Amigo Chillie in Alaska, August the 30th, Labor Day cruise. We've got some terrific pricing, so please check it out. The links to the website to check it out is down in the description. We're going to have us a wonderful, wonderful time. I can promise you that. And we will see some whales. That I can almost guarantee you as well. But anyway, August the 30th, we actually sail on the Sapphire Princess out of Anchorage, Whittier, in Alaska, and we sail to Vancouver, a 7-night cruise. And, Bonnie's going to be with us. Amigo John's going to be with us. Of course, Nate and me. And who knows? We might get some other people, We do have solo cabins available. We do have double occupancy available. Check it out. All right. I'll be back with a little bit of news after this from the people that allow me to do what I do.
Do you have a bad back, bad hips, bad knees, or any other mobility issues? Think about Scootaround. For scooters, walkers, wheelchairs, even oxygen needs, delivered right to your cabin. Scootaround for all your mobility needs on your upcoming cruise.
And if you guys go on the Alaska cruise with us, there could be, there may have to be some adult beverages involved, but there could be a scooter drag race between me and Bonnie on the decks of the Sapphire Princess. I'm not promising that. I'm just saying it would be an excellent possibility. All right, the news after a quick word from one of our network sponsors. All right, the top story, folks, this morning is not a real good story, I'll tell you that. A 25-year-old Brazilian crew member has been arrested for allegedly raping a colleague aboard the MSC Seashore, one of my favorite ships, too. The police arrested the suspect when the vessel docked at Port Maceió in Brazil yesterday. The Women's Defense Police Station has confirmed that the victim reported the crime and registered the complaint. The victim informed police that she was drugged by her co-worker, which makes the crime rape of a vulnerable person, said Police Chief Ana Luisa Nigeria. The incident occurred a few days ago, came to the attention of the General Police Department in Alagoas. Police waited for the ship to dock and sent a team to the location. The victim filed a request for an urgent protective measure, which will be considered by the court. She is receiving assistance from the psychosocial team. The accused and the victim are from Sao Paulo and have been working aboard the MSC ship. Fortunately, this isn't the first time that something like this has happened on board a cruise ship. Those of you that know any crew members or possibly have visited the crew areas realize that that's a lot of people down there in a very confined space. I'm not making any excuses for the individual. By all means, he needs to have the book thrown at him. But it's just it's a difficult situation that these guys go through. That's one of the reasons that so many of us that are regular cruisers think so highly of the crew members, because they don't live in the greatest of circumstances. But still, there's no excuse for that. All right. Search teams in Gabon have recovered the bodies of 15 more passengers on the ferry that sank off the West African coast last week, thus bringing the death toll up to 21. coordinator of rescue operations, revealed yesterday the Ropax ferry Esther Miracle was nearing Port Gentile when it suffered water ingress shortly after 3 a.m. local time on March the 9th. The vessel was carrying 161 passengers. And finally, folks, it was kind of interesting that this broke out because it was just 2 days ago that I sat and watched a pickleball game. The fastest growing sport in the world, pickleball, I didn't know that, is coming to celebrity cruise ships in 2023 as the company is adding pickleball courts to 9 ships of its fleet. Whether you're a first-time player, an avid pro, travelers can enjoy panoramic ocean views and open-air courts while playing the popular sport, which is kind of a mixture of badminton, tennis, and ping pong. I wish I was still ambulatory. I would enjoy that game. It's more like tennis without the running. Does that make sense? So I watched a husband and wife team playing 2 very athletic men and beat them. So it was an interesting game to watch. All right, that's going to wrap up the news portion of today's show, folks. I just got a notice, I am getting low on battery. So if I blank out, you'll understand why. I'll jump over in the chat room real quickly because it looks like I could lose my battery. MC is with us. Hi, MC. Hot Air Tom. Dennis. Hi, Dennis. Chillie ship is landing. He went to space on us. Oh, we could have funky Wi-Fi signals. Like I say, it's been goofy this morning. Nikki's here. Hi, Nikki. Laugh out loud. Et tu, Brute? I knew somebody would catch the reference. Of course. Chillie, don't forget to mention the cruise line and cruise ship when you announce your Alaska cruise. Yeah, it's Princess Cruises on the on the Sapphire Princess. Yeah, I probably have failed to do that at times. And I'm getting really excited about it now. I'm extremely excited that John is able to clear away and go. You know, John and I have been we've been together now on Cruise Amigos for 4 years, I guess. We've never met, so that'll be a fun meeting. Cindy's with us. Hi, Cindy. Dennis says as long as the basketball remains. You know what? I mean, I have never played basketball on a cruise ship. That's just, I'm not a basketball player to start with. But I could see getting up there and playing pickleball. And back in the day, I would have been right in the middle of that one. I enjoyed that a lot. All right, folks, we are pulling into Puerto Vallarta. I am going to go ashore and see what kind of trouble I can get into. The next 2 days will be at sea. So the shows will be normal. And then we start this crazy traveling business and hopefully the retrieval of my phone while I'm in Fort Lauderdale. So we'll let you know how that one goes. But anyway, normal time for the show tomorrow and Friday. Remember, the Cruise Amigos starts a half hour early tomorrow rather than 1 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. It's going to be 12:30 Eastern Daylight Time. So, and that's going to be the new time. So that's going to wrap me up for today, folks. Thanks for being with me. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, think about cruising. And hopefully one day soon we'll all get together on the high seas, just like John and Nate and Bonnie and I are going to do in Alaska on August the 30th. Why don't you join us? See everybody tomorrow. Y'all have a fantastic day.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner. Hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.